But to help me go through the stories this morning, of course, she's joined me on the set this morning. There's no Ghanaian who's more Ghanaian than this Ghanaian. Hi, Abby.
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, and thank you so much for saying that. As people call me Obruni, and I don't understand why.
No, they don't understand. They
don't understand.
You ain't got it, man. They don't get it.
So when people say, oh, I mean, fortunately, unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, my heritage is Ghanaian.
Yeah.
No two ways about that. But I'm a third culture kid. What do you call a third culture kid?
Yeah.
So born somewhere in the world, really somewhere in the world, lived in places in the world, you know. And so that has affected my dexterity when it comes to speaking certain Ghanaian languages and whatnot. But make no mistake about it.
Yeah.
I know where I am from. I know who I am. And I can tell people history about themselves that they have not even heard before. And I think that's much more important than anything else. Yeah.
Well, let's delve into the headlines. We have citynewsroom.com. We also have ChannelOneNews.com. So you can, I don't know which one you want to take.
Okay, so I have ChannelOneNews.com here. Yeah. Big story here. Independence Day. Stay home if you don't have an invite, says Kwachi Ofusu.
Okay.
And I mean, I think that's a very interesting call. But should people go and line up at the spaces all the time?
Yeah.
You know, I think people want to be a part of it. But thanks for the gift of television and even social media live streaming. Now people can stream and whatnot, you know.
Yeah.
And then we have here as well, still on Independence Day. Independence Day celebration, government slashes cost by 90%, saves 13.5 million Ghana cedis. And then there's a very sad one here. Explosion at Odumase, 1 dead, several injured, including firefighters. And this is a very sad story to have to contend with on Independence Day morning.
Around, I think, 7 p.m.-ish last night. This is Konongo Odumase, for people who don't have the context. It's Konongo Odumase. It was horrifying, you know. And to think, you see the outlying issues from this whole Galamsey thing, right? So there's a store or kiosk that keeps this material, explosives and stuff that they use.
I think maybe we can get into, I mean, the story as we go along, but it's very reminiscent of June 3. If you ask me. And we're approaching the 10th anniversary
of
for
June
that.
3 already. Yeah, 10th anniversary is coming up already. Wow. Oh yeah, so please give, so let me give you citynewsroom.com quickly. It starts with the explosion at Konongo. Mining shops kills 1. Several others injured. We have job creation, export diversification crucial for Africa's development, asset is speaking. Hohoe is peaceful, don't give it a bad name. Tsekpo to Amewu. Independence Day budget cut by 90%, and that's Kwachi Ofusu. And I'll give you one more. First Deputy Speaker blocks minorities' motion on public service terminations. So those are some of the stories we have. Maybe we'll just pick 1 or 2 and go in depth a bit.
So maybe let's go into the slashing of what we spend on our Independence Day celebrations by 90%. So the government has significantly scaled down this year's Independence Day celebrations, cutting costs by a staggering 90% compared to last year's event in Kufuridua. According to the Minister of State in charge of government communication, Felix Kwachi Ofusu. Is it Felix? Which one?
Felix.
Kwachi Ofusu.
Felix.
Tomorrow's celebration will cost only a 10th, or today's celebration will cost only a 10th of the 15 million Ghana cedis spent in 2024, amounting to an estimated 1.5 million Ghana cedis, saving the state approximately 13.5 million Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Previously, the Independence Day parade featured 60 contingents, each consisting of 60 men and women, along with thousands of school children. However, this year, participation has been drastically reduced to just over 500 individuals, including security personnel and students. The decision to downsize the event, officials say, is part of a broader effort to ensure financial prudence while maintaining the significance of the occasion. Kwachi Ofusu emphasized that President Mahama remains committed to honoring Ghana's independence, but believes it should be done modestly, allowing funds to be redirected to other critical areas of national development. Additionally, the public has been advised that attendance is strictly by invitation, with security officials instructed to turn away those without proper clearance.
Wow.
However, Ghanaians can still experience the event through live radio and television broadcasts and other social media platforms.
Wow. So for a little bit of context, for people to appreciate the drastic nature of the slash, apart from the cost, so if it's 60 contingents, now I photographed a number of Independence Day celebrations. So each contingent will come with a minimum of 50 people. Minimum.
Yeah.
Right. So imagine just go with the minimum number times 60. Yeah. That's like 3,000 people. Yeah. A contingent of 3,000 people. This time around, 500 maximum.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So it's amazing. A whole slash.
And I think it's a great way to go. I think it's a great way to go. We've spoken year after year about why our celebrations seem to be so good. You know, you have a lot of Ghanaians questioning by the morning of the 7th of March into the 8th of March and beyond. Yeah. Then Ghanaians start asking, oh, if we're spending all this money on this and our pockets are dry and we still don't have jobs and our graduates and our young people are still up in arms, then what's the case?
What's the point?
What's the point? So I think it's a step in the right direction. I think it's a way to, if truly this is what it is, to walk the talk. Yeah. Say we are cutting, we are trying to do better with the managing of our finances, and you know that's really what it is. Hopefully, we can have enough money by the time we're 70 in 2 years to do something extremely grand. Yeah. So even the celebration is not happening at the Black Star Square this year. Yeah, it's happening at the Flagstaff House, which is also very interesting.
Yeah. I like that. Anyway, so let me just give a quick one and then we can wrap up the news segment. So, explosion at Konongo. There's some details here. Right, so one person has been confirmed dead and several others, including firefighters, have sustained injuries following an explosion at shops selling mining explosives in Odumase near Konongo in the Asante Achim Central Municipality of the Ashanti region. Now, the fire reportedly started at one of the shops where dynamite and other explosives used by local miners are sold, triggering a powerful blast that destroyed buildings and left multiple people injured. Although the exact cause of the explosion remains unknown, authorities have confirmed the death of a resident. Now, firefighters deployed to contain the blaze also suffered injuries, while some victims reportedly had parts of their bodies dismembered. Okay, very gory. The explosion occurred just a few meters away from a fuel station, further raising concerns in the area. Okay, Division Officer Grade 2, Joe Bryden, the Asante Achim Central Municipal Fire Commander, confirmed that a resident who had tried to warn firefighters about the danger tragically lost his life. Okay, so that's the story there. It's very, very sad. The authorities continue to assess the full extent of casualties and damage as investigations proceed.
Extremely tragic, and we're hearing of too many stories, too many instances of fire outbreaks, and a lot of them, when you look into it, it's negligence. People didn't do what they were supposed to do. We've been having these conversations for a long time. We need to do better with this.
We do. Well, I think you should go over to citynewsroom.com or channel1news.com to get your credible news updates. Thank you very much, Appy, for coming.
Thank you for having me,
and
David.
Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day, and I just want to say that people should stay glued to Channel One TV, because we will be carrying the Independence Day celebrations live. And also, it's Heritage Month. Yes. So today we have a lot of things, a plethora of things that you can enjoy to get into your Ghana mode.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David.
Sports is next.